Hello everyone, welcome back. In this session, we will discuss about OAuth and try to work on it. Let me discuss in detail with the implementation. Here, let me discuss about how we are going to use OAuth in case of REST applications. Because RESTful applications are slightly different from typical web application. Because the web apps are directly be used by the end user. The web applications that we are used are directly used by the end user. End user is the one who is directly authenticating. In case of normal web applications. But in case of RESTful applications, one application authenticating with another REST application or web application, normal web application, authenticating with another web app. For example, in case of RESTful applications, one application authenticating with another RESTful application or one normal web application authenticating with another web application. Instead of each application authenticating with each other before they communicate, when they use OAuth, they will when they are using OAuth, instead of each application authenticating with each other before they communicate, when they use OAuth, they will authenticate with authorization server that we are creating now. We are going to create now. In case of OAuth applications, instead of each application communicating with each other, first thing what they will do is they will communicate with authorization server first, and that authorization server will generate a token, and by using that token it will communicate with another application. For example, app 1 wants to communicate with app 2, application 1 wants to communicate with application 2. It will authenticate itself with authorization server. Based on the user it passes in, it will get a appropriate token back from the authorization server. When we pass any user, by passing the user, it will generate the token by the authorization server. Once it has the token, it will send the request along with the token to application 2. When we pass the user, the authorization server will generate the token, and by using that token it will send the request along with the token to application 2. The application 2 will have the resource server. That resource server is the one which will take the token and communicate with authorization server and make sure that the token is valid and it has appropriate roles to access application 2. And then the application 2 will process the request and send the response back. In this way, the OAuth applications will work. Let me start working on it. Here I'm having the pom.xml. In the pom.xml, I'm having the JPA annotation, start a web annotation, OAuth JPA dependency, start a web dependency, OAuth dependency, DevTools, MySQL, Lombok. Having all these dependencies. First thing what we will do is we'll create the controllers first. Right click, new class, keep that in the controllers package. Create the home controller. Annotate this here with at the rate of REST controller. REST controller. And in the home controller, write one method which takes public string home and return the home page. Home page. Here add the annotation at the rate of request mapping. In that request mapping, slash map it with slash. Control shift format and control save. Create another controller. Which is user controller. Annotate here with at the rate of REST controller. Write one method. Public string hello and return the in the parameters take the string name and return the string hello plus name. Map it with at the rate of path variable. Path variable. In that pass the name. Pass at the rate of request mapping slash hello slash name. Control shift format and control save. Now take the admin controller, create the admin controller, new class, annotate this class with the rate of REST controller, create one method which takes this string, public string hello, that takes the string name as a parameter, string name, return hello plus name. At the rate of path variable name. Control shift format and annotate this method with map this method with at the rate of request mapping slash admin slash give the name that binds the method parameter with the URL parameter by using at the rate of path variable. Control shift format and control save. Okay, we have done with creating the controllers. Control shift format and control save. Let me run the application once and test it. Run as Spring Boot. Meanwhile, launch the postman. Okay. And also tagging as Spring Boot. Question has started. Here can be passed one. HTTP. Okay. User copy the password. Copy. Home page. We are getting the home page. Now get the user controller hello slash name 8080 slash hello slash Anish. Hello Anish. Admin slash Anish. Hello Anish. We are getting the admin, user, and home controllers responses. After this, create the user and role entities. New class, new class. Keep that in the entities package. Dot entities package. In that, the user entity. I'm not able to do everything with it. Sorry. Go here. Uncomment this dependency. Control shift format and control save. Entity which from the Java it's not persistent. After that, write the attributes private integer id private string name private string password. Take the role class role. Annotate this with the data. Data. Take the private integer id private string name map user and role here with many to many. For that I am taking private set of users in the roles. Control shift to organize the imports, and here in the user private set of rows. Control shift O to organize the imports. Here in the user map here with many to many at the rate of join table name equal to user underscore role comma join columns equal to at the rate of join column name equal to user underscore id comma inverse join column at the rate of join column name equal to role underscore id. Map it here with at the rate of many to many fetch type equal to done eager, so that at the runtime it will fetch it eager, so that there won't be any lazy loading. Control shift format, and in the rows map here with the rate of many to many mapped by equal to roles. Control Shift format and Control save. And it. ID. Control Shift format and Control save. Save the roles. Okay. After this, we have marked the entities with the JPA annotations, defined the JPA relationship, and let me implement the granted authority in the roles. Implements granted authority, add an implemented methods, control delete and return the role. That means name. Control Shift format and Control save. Create the user repository. New class user repository which extends from thread repository. Keep that in the repos package. Mark it with user. Take the entity class name and the primary key. Control Shift to organize the yes. This is interface. Which should be extends. Control Shift format, Control save. Okay. After this, create the authorization server and resource server. First of all, let me create the web security configuration. Let me create the web security configuration. Right click, new class. Keep that in the config package. Web security configuration. Extends web security configurer adapter. Web security configurer adapter and override the configure method which takes the authentication manager builder. Override the configure method. First of all, annotate this class here with @ of configuration, @ of enable web security configure, which takes the authentication manager builder. Remove the tools. This authentication manager builder, see here, we have override the configure method which takes the authentication manager builder as parameter, using which we can tell which class in our application to be authenticated. By using this overridden method, we can tell that which class in our application to be authenticated. Mainly, this authentication manager builder which internally use security builder to create an authentication manager, which allows for easily building in-memory authentication, LDAP authentication, and JDBC authentication. For this authentication manager builder will be used. Abstract security builder, which is taken. Okay. Control Shift. By using this reference auth user details service, which takes the user details service. Private inject the user details service. Known as custom user details service. User details service at the rate of AutoWare. Create the custom user details service class. Create class custom user details service. Keep that in the service package. Implement user details service interface from the Spring Security Core user details and add the unimplemented methods which override load user by username. In the user repository, write one custom finder method which gives the user by name. Which it is control shift format and control save. Now get into the custom user details. Inject the repository private user repository repos AutoWire this. After that, control shift. By using this repos, you will get the user details. Find by name, which takes the name. This returns the assign statement to new local variable. This returns the user, and we will return the complete user details by creating the instance of user which is from the Spring Security Core. By using the reference variable user dot get name, comma, user dot get password, comma, user dot get roles. Control shift format, control save. We have done with creating the custom user details, and now let me get into the web security configuration. Okay, and inject this user details service here, and write the auth.user details service and map the user details service in the configure method which takes the authentication manager builder, so that at the runtime it will authenticate the user details service. After this, expose the authentication manager bin and override here authentication manager bin control. Move the tools annotate here with at the rate of bin. Okay, control shift format and control save. Create the authorization server configuration. Next, where is the config? Yeah, new class create the authorization server configuration. Authorization server configuration. Keep that in the config package. And extend authorization configure authorization server configure adapter extends authorization server configure adapter. Annotate this class with at the rate of configuration at the rate of enable authorization server. After this, here we have created the authorization server configuration class. In this authorization server configuration class, we will configure the token store, authentication manager, and user detail service. Override the configure method which takes authorization server endpoints configure. Configure method. Override the configure method here, which takes the authorization server endpoints by using the endpoints dot token store. Let me take the token store, which takes the token store. Take the in-memory token store. Token store equal to new in-memory token store. Take and pass the token store here. After this, authentication manager, inject the authentication manager bean here. Authentication manager. Auto this and add the qualifier because internally this authentication manager is named as the authentication manager bean. It is authentication manager bean. Authentication. For that we are using the qualifier. Authentication manager. Bean. Okay. Copies. Paste here. Dot. That means in the authorization server, we are configuring the authentication manager by injecting the authentication manager and also the user detail service. That's what we are doing here. User detail service. Inject the user details service. Private custom user details service. User details service. Auto wireless. Please pass it here. And now create the public default token services. Create the method public default token services. And create the instance of default token services. Default token services token services equal to new default token services and set the token store. Token services dot set token store. Which token store we are setting? This dot token store. Return the token services. Control shift format. Annotate this with at the rate of D, so that at the runtime by the IOC it will inject the and it will create this as the bin and annotate here with at the rate of primary, so that it will take the default token services as the first priority, as this method as the first priority, instead of taking the internal Spring provided token services. It will take the default token services in which we have overridden on that method by the, if you annotate here with at the rate of primary. That's it. After this, configure the client information by overriding the configure method, which takes client detail service configured as a parameter. Configure write one method client detail services. Clients dot in memory dot with client, which takes the username. I'm taking this as my client app dot authorize brand types. Take this as a password. Comma refresh underscore token. So that it will refresh whenever we want. The token will be refreshing by using this at the rate of by using this refresh hyphen token, and take the scopes as a read write dot secret I'm taking the secret. Yes. 999 dot resource IDs as resource ID. Create constant that is resource ID so that we can use this resource ID in the resource server configuration class. My rest service, I'm taking this. In order to connect the authorization server configuration and resource server configuration, we are using this resource ID, control shift format and control C. Let me override the decrypt password encoder so that we will encode the password. Public decrypt password encoder return new decrypt password encoder. Let me encode this encoder dot encode. Control C. Let me create the resource server configuration. Nice. And the rate of configuration, the rate of enable resource server. In order to map the resource server configuration, authorization server configuration, we will copy this. In order to connect these two classes, in order to communicate resource server configuration with the authorization server configuration, let me copy this and override the two methods. Here, let me extend resource server configure adapter. Resource server configure adapter. After this, override the configure method, which takes the resource server configure. Remove the to-dos. By using the resources dot resource IDs and pass the resource ID, which is a constant. After this, override another configurer, which takes the HTTP security as a parameter and remove the to-dos. Let me map the roles to URLs. Here, HTTP dot authorize request dot and matches map the admin /admin slash star dot has any role or has role admin has role admin dot and managers slash hello slash star dot authenticator. Control shift format and control save. We have done with creating the mapping the roles to the IDs. We have set everything. After this, everything is done. This is the data. Okay. Let me open the application.properties and configure the application. Spring dot data source dot driver hyphen class hyphen name equal to com dot mysql.cl. Spring dot data source dot URL equal to jdbc colon mysql colon slash localhost colon 3306 slash OAUTH hyphen demo. This is my database name. Spring dot data source dot username equal to this is my username. Spring dot data password equal to spring dot jpa dot show hyphen SQL should be true. Spring dot jpa dot hibernate. I'm setting this as initial. Create spring dot I'll take this as spring dot jpa dot database hyphen platform org dot hibernate dot dialect dot SQL wait dialect save. Okay, we have done everything. Let me run the application. Run as let me check whether it will work or not. Yes, application has started. Open the Postman. Here I have already entered the URL localhost colon 8080/auth/token. In the authorization, I am taking the username, password. The username is this one. Here the username is. The authorization server. Here, my client tab is the username, and the password I am taking this as 999, which is a bcrypt password, and we have encoded the secret key, so that when we enter this 999 here, it will compare the password which is there in the database with this password. If they both are true, then it will generate the token. 999 show password. Yeah. In the body, I'm taking the username as Anish, password as password, grant type as password, scopes as read and write. I'm taking the www form URL encoded. Okay, OAuth/token. By default, it will take the URL as OAuth because the OAuth services will be taken from here. Click on send. Here I have entered the complete details, and I have started the application. I have made slight changes here. I have removed the @data Lombok annotation in both the entities because I am getting few exceptions that is stopping from getting the or generating the token. Internal errors are occurring, so for that I have removed the @data Lombok annotation. After that, okay, everything is fine. I have started the application. Let me run it again. Let me run the application again. I'm canceling this. Let me run the application again here. Right click, run as Spring Boot app. Okay, the application has started running. Application has started running. Here in the database, I have manually inserted few rows in the user table and the role table. But here, if you see here, for the username John, I have given the role as user role, and for the username Anish, I have given the role as the user role and the admin role. User role and for the role Anish, I have given the user role and the admin role. For the John, I have given the only user role. Okay, I have manually inserted some queries. Let me open the Postman. I have entered the URL. By default, OAuth services will be appear here in the /OAuth/token. To generate the token, click on Post Basic Auth. The authentication type should be Basic Auth. In the authorization, and the username should be my client app, and which we have configured in the authorization server, and the password should be 999, which is a secret key. The body should be username should be I'm taking as John, password as password, grant type as password, scopes. Let me click here. See here, the access token is here. It is generating token type as bearer. After certain time, the token will be refreshed. For that, refresh token should be this one. Okay. Let me take another tab. Copy this. Copy this. Copy this. Copy this. Here. I'm taking John role has only John is not admin now. For that, I'm entering hello slash which is this one? Hello slash home hello user role no user accessibility for that hello slash name. I'm giving this as Anish and the header type authorization bearer. I'm copying this token access token. Okay, awesome. Hello Anish, we are accessing. For example, I'm taking the username as Anish, which he has admin role also. Let me generate the token. Copy this. Copy. In order to access the admin, slash admin slash name slash name slash ram. I'm taking this as ram. Copy the token here. Hello ram. We are accessing the admin role also. That's all about Spring Boot Auth application that we have discussed today. That's all. Thank you.